You know that feeling when you sit down to do something important, and within seconds your mind drifts somewhere else? Not because you don't care, not because you're lazy, but because something in you just slips away. And over time, you start to notice it. How easily your attention breaks, how quickly your energy disappears, how hard it feels to stay with one thing, even when you want to. Most people don't really understand this. They call it distraction, lack of discipline, short attention span. But that explanation always feels a little too simple, almost unfair. Because from the inside, it doesn't feel like a choice. It feels automatic. What's actually happening here has less to do with effort and more to do with how your mind has learned to protect itself. There's a state your brain can enter where everything else fades out. Time becomes quieter. Your thoughts stop scattering. And for a while, it feels like you're finally where you're supposed to be. Not forcing focus, but falling into it. Most people think that kind of focus is rare or reserved for certain people, but it isn't. It's just misunderstood. From a neuroscience perspective, focus isn't something you turn on. It's something your brain allows when it feels safe enough to stay. Your attention system is constantly scanning for two things: threat and reward. If something feels uncertain, overwhelming, or meaningless, your brain gently pulls you away, not to sabotage you, but to conserve energy. Studies around attention and cognitive load show that when the brain anticipates discomfort or failure, it increases internal noise. That noise feels like restlessness, overthinking, or sudden urges to check something else. But underneath that, it's just your nervous system trying to regulate itself. And this doesn't come out of nowhere. If you grew up in environments where your attention was often interrupted, or where pressure was tied to performance, or where your mind had to stay alert to shifting situations, then your brain learned something important early on. Staying deeply focused wasn't always safe, so instead, it adapted. It learned to stay flexible, to move quickly, to never settle too deeply in one place. That pattern can follow you into everything, and it's not wrong. It's just one way a mind learns to function. Some people are wired for sustained depth. Others are wired for rapid awareness. Neither is better. They just serve different purposes. But here's the part most people miss. The same mind that struggles to focus is often the same mind that, under the right conditions, can go deeper than most. Not by force, but by alignment. When something feels clear, safe, and meaningful enough, your brain stops scanning. It stops pulling away. And that's when focus doesn't feel like effort anymore. It feels almost unnatural in how smooth it becomes, like you've stepped into something you weren't supposed to access so easily. There's a quiet paradox in that. The harder you try to control your focus, the more your brain resists. But when your mind feels understood, it stops needing to escape. So, if staying focused has always felt difficult, it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It might just mean your mind learned to protect you in ways that no longer need to be so active. And the moment that starts to shift, focus doesn't feel forced anymore. It just happens. If any part of this felt familiar, there's probably more to your attention than you've been told.